so many people hurting from this loss, but also happy that she is at peace. The viewing will continue into tonight, where people can say their final goodbyes to Miss Voletta Wallace.
The story of Voletta Wallace is one that spans decades and touches the hearts of millions. Her life was deeply connected to one of the most influential figures in music history. Her son, Christopher Wallace, better known as the notorious B.I.G.
Public viewing for the mother of the notorious B.I.G. is happening right now.
From the moment he was introduced to the world through his powerful lyrics and unmistakable presence, she was by his side, supporting him through his rise to fame and mourning his tragic loss. Even after his passing, she became a guardian of his legacy, ensuring that his music and memory remained alive.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine.
As the years passed, Voletta Wallace carved her own path in the public eye, taking on responsibilities that few could manage with such grace.
Remember rapping Duke? The hard, you never thought that hip-hop would take it this far.
She oversaw Biggie's estate, managed his posthumous releases, and made sure that the world never forgot the impact he had on hip-hop and culture as a whole. She was known for her strength, her dignity, and her ability to speak candidly about her son's life, struggles, and achievements. When the news of her passing was announced, it was a moment of reflection for many. People remember her not just as Biggie's mother, but as a woman who had endured so much and still stood tall. She was 78 years old, leaving behind a legacy that was intertwined with one of the greatest rappers of all time, yet strong enough to stand on its own. Her passing was met with an outpouring of love, respect, and tributes from those who knew her personally and those who only knew her through her work. The farewell was held in Manhattan, in the very same funeral home where her son had been laid to rest years ago. The significance of this moment was not lost on anyone. It was as if history had come full circle, and those who had once mourned a young man gone too soon were now saying goodbye to the woman who had loved and protected him. The atmosphere was heavy with emotion, but also filled with admiration for a life well lived. Many well-known figures attended the service, people who had been part of Biggie's world and had also come to respect and love Voletta Wallace. Faith Evans, Lil' Kim, and Miss were among the familiar faces, standing together to honor the woman who had meant so much to their friend and to them. Biggie's children, Tiana and CJ, were also present, carrying forward the legacy of both their father and their grandmother. Even Jay-Z's mother, Gloria Carter, attended, showing just how deep the connections ran. The ceremony was elegant, just as Voletta Wallace had always carried herself. There were heartfelt speeches, moments of remembrance, and a deep sense of gratitude for all that she had done. Her influence stretched far beyond just being a mother to a legend. She had become a respected figure in her own right, someone whose presence could not be overlooked. However, no moment of reflection is without differing perspectives. As with any public figure, discussions arose about the way she handled Biggie's estate, the decisions made over the years, and the lasting impact of those choices. Some praised her for keeping his name alive and making sure his contributions to music were never forgotten. Others questioned whether certain moves were made in the best interest of his legacy. Yet, through it all, one thing remained clear. Voletta Wallace was a woman who had lived her life with purpose. She had experienced joy, heartbreak, success, and hardship, but she never let any of it break her spirit. She was a mother who had lost her son far too soon, yet she turned that pain into action, ensuring that his name would never fade. Her farewell was a moment for people to come together, to reflect on her journey, and to acknowledge the undeniable mark she left on the world. She was a woman of resilience, a guardian of history, and a figure who will not be forgotten. The world may have said goodbye, but her influence will live on through the stories, the music, and the legacy she worked so hard to protect.